America's special Cool Oldies 1450 sports presentation.
So inbounds to Brooke Williams, going into the front court, being guarded by Curtin. The step back, and it's good. A three-point shot with 10 seconds in the game. A step back three by Brooke Williams gives Catoctin their first lead of the ball game.
What I say about last week, ice water in her veins, and then you said, I want to live and die with Brooke Williams taking a three-pointer all night long. And she, the confidence to go shoot that,
right.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
You don't get any better than this. No. Coach Entwistle trying to get the crowd fired up. We have 9.8 seconds to play.
Everybody's got to be
Cougars with a 1-point lead. Cavaliers with the ball. Foul line, Jones shot off the mark. It's over. The Cougars pull it out.
What a game. Wow. Unbelievable game there, for sure.
Two Frederick County teams who've battled injuries but are starting to get healthy share the court tonight. Both of them looking to pick up the win. Coming off tough losses, Middletown the Knights, they are 6-4, coming off a 43-39 loss to Governor Thomas Johnston High School. The Brunswick Railroaders lost 44-32 to St. James. They are 3-7, looking to pick up a win after losing their last four. With Coach Rick Little, I'm Ryan Pierce. Great to have you with us on a Tuesday night inside the quaint and cozy Middletown Gymnasium. We're ready for basketball, Coach. Two teams trying to build some momentum after they've battled injuries.
Yeah, and when you're a small school and you have some of your key players injured, it's a major impact in basketball. You talk about one starter out, that's 20% turnover there, whereas, say, compare it to football, if one player's out, that's 9% or so. So both teams, solid. Middletown has been solid over the years. They finished last year 16-10, losing in the playoffs to the eventual state champions Francis Scott Key Eagles. I guess they felt the need to make a coaching change. So Dan Pryor, a longtime assistant here at Middletown, takes over the head coaching duties and has his team on a roll, has a couple really nice senior athletes, and then they're adding a freshman who seems to be the real deal, going to be a nice player to watch. On the Brunswick side of things, Sam Connolly took over last year. They did not win a game last year. So the fact that they won 3 already this season shows that the program's in the right direction. Coach Connolly is a long-time coach over at Boonesboro, so he has the experience to build a program from the small school aspect. So looking for good things over the years, and right now Coach Connolly's goal is just be competitive, work on the fundamentals, get a little bit better every day.
Brunswick plays Boonesboro next, so that'll be fun to watch. So tonight, not trying to overlook Middletown, who is 6-4. You mentioned it, a freshman and a senior, both very good. The senior Alexis Parker, the freshman Avery Larson, both of them 6 foot. Parker averaging 13 points again, Larson averaging 8. A talented, dynamic duo. And then in the backcourt, Talia Jenkins, very talented as well.
Yep, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3.3 assists a game. She'll run the point most of the night. She's been doing it now for a couple of years, and I think she started as a freshman, so very experienced, as is Alexa Parker. Brunswick on the other end, they're all young. As far as the major contributors, has a senior out with an injury, and one other senior who doesn't play quite as much, but again, you just never know. You got this crosstown rivalry. I just wish a bigger crowd would be here. I'll say my 30-second rant, Frederick County Public Schools. You got the boys playing right now at Brunswick, and that game's an undefeated Middletown boys team against an 8-2 Brunswick boys team. So if you're wavering which way to go, you're probably head to the boys' side, which then hurts the crowd here at Middletown. I'll get off my high horse. That's the way it is. So we'll see how things go.
Well, Rick, by rule, you get to get on your high horse once per half, so you still have another one in this game. Talking about that Brunswick team, you mentioned very young, handful of injuries. We'll probably mention the players who are out as we go along. All 5 players in the starting lineup, underclassmen, a pair of juniors, a sophomore, 2 sophomores, and a freshman.
Yep. And they're introducing the Middletown players now. And good mix there, as we talked about. We can talk about some of the injuries, and one of his senior leaders, we mentioned her before, Talia Jenkins, 5'11" senior. Number 3, 5'9" senior, Abby Waggle. Number 10, Alexis Parker, a 6-foot senior, averaging 13 and 8. And then Avery Larson and Andrea Johns Van Rensburg round out the starting 5.
Well, we're about to hear the national anthem. We'll break and give it to the Middletown band for a moment. When we come back, we have the tip-off here on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is the leader in high school sports broadcasting. Since 2008, we have broadcast more high school sporting events than any radio station in the 4-state area. Football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Regular season playoffs and state championships from Southern PA to Brunswick, the Western Mountains of Maryland to the Eastern Shore. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is #1 in high school sports broadcasting.
Girls basketball on a Tuesday night. It's Middletown 6-4 hosting Brunswick 3-7. Both teams starting to get healthy. 2 different styles of play, both looking for a victory, coming off a loss. Important matchup for both these rosters, the 2A Middletown and the 1A Brunswick.
Yeah, and if you're Middletown, you're at home, you're expected to be the better team. So what you want to see out of Coach Pryor, his team, is just a workmanlike attitude, take care of business, take care of the ball, and build the lead as the game goes. If you're Brunswick, you're on the other side. You just want to be competitive. You want to compete every possession and see how it works out come the 4th quarter.
Middletown in their home whites, 3 players 5'11" or taller, nobody over 5'10" for Brunswick. Middletown wins the tips as Jenkins working left to right. The left-handed layup down the center of the paint is through, and a very quick lead for Middletown, up 2-0. And potentially a delay of game. No, after the basket, 6 seconds in. And
I believe it's going to be a 1,000-point club for Miss Jenkins.
Talia Jenkins, 2 points. That didn't take long. Into the 1,000-point club for Middletown. So right after the basket was made, her coach came out. Coach Pryor handed her a signed basketball by everybody on the team, and now they're at center court taking a picture together as everybody gives them a round of applause. So we got that out of the way. Right away, congrats to Miss Jenkins there.
Yeah, that's quite the accomplishment. That's the goal you set when you start playing as a freshman. If you think you're a top-tier player, and here it is your senior year, and not even midway through. Congratulations to her.
So Jenkins scores to start the game. Middletown leading 2-0. We do have a basketball game to get back to, though. It's going to be Brunswick ball working right to left in their road maroon uniforms with the gold trim. Middletown, their home whites with the black trim and the black lettering. Brunswick works against a 1-2-2 full-court press. Not a single senior in the starting lineup. Some of their best players have been injured. Look at a few coming back over the next few weeks. As the guard of the backcourt, Zoe Roberts, tied up, leads to a jump ball. Brunswick keeps it. With 20 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock, she inbounds in front of Sam Connolly. as he came out of retirement to coach this Brunswick team. Has coached for Boonesboro last season. Pressure in the backcourt against Emmy Miller, their sophomore leading scorer. Can't get it across. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Finally does, then a reaching foul whistled on Middletown's Alexis Parker, their senior guard, with 8 seconds left in the shot clock, so it goes back to 30 with 7:31 left. First quarter, 2-0 Middletown leading.
So it looks like Middletown's going to stay in that 1-2-2 and drop it back to their front court.
Michaela Douglas hands off top of the key as Brunswick works the weave. The 1-2-2 comes down and press. Here's Douglas. She draws the double team. Now back high left side it goes to Miller. Just 10 to shoot. Cross court pass to the right side of Tatum Smith. One of two sophomores in the starting lineup. Her cross court pass is stolen on the fast break. Down the right side is Abby Waggle. Her shot is wedged between the hoop and the bankboard. It sticks. She's fouled and goes to the free throw line as one of the assistant coaches for Brunswick races on the floor and knocks the ball out of its wedge.
Oh, it's good to be young.
Good to be able to jump high.
I was looking for the stick or the extra ball to knock that out, and that young man right up there. Let's see if we can find his name. Coach shared all of his staff.
The free throw missed by Abby Waggle.
Credit Dave Hart, assistant coach for Boonesboro.
Coach Connolly had such great things to say about his assistant coaching staff, as well as the players. Talked about how they try to improve every day. Both free throws missed, so 1 minute into this matchup, Middletown leading 2-0 after the 1,000th point from their star guard, Talea Jenkins, that'll travel the front court on Brunswick. Turned back over to Middletown, leading 2-0.
And quick substitutions for Brunswick. Julia Bell in, along with Jodine Ninya. She was injured, just came back.
So Bell in, Jodine Ninya. She's playing for the first time in a couple weeks. She sprained her knee, been out since December. That's a nice comeback. We weren't sure if she was going to play, but that's good news for Coach Connolly, who said she's her best defensive player. Can't do much there, though, as a three is canned out of the corner by Abby Waggle.
Nice jump shot from the corner.
Waggle's the fifth option of the starting five. If she gets hot, this is a dangerous group because they have three other players averaging 10+ per game. Nearly 2 minutes in, it's 5-0 Middletown leading. They drop back into the 1-2-2 zone. On the high left side, Roberts drives.
Nice pass.
Dump underneath. Basket, no, but a foul as Madison Greenwood put the defender on her left hip from the right block.
And that's Alexis' second personal foul. That's going to cause Coach Pryor to go to the bench quickly.
In early development for Middletown, the leading scorer, Alexis Parker, averaging 13 a game, picks up 2 early fouls. She'll be spelled by Becca Burgess. So Burgess, who's 5'7", Parker 6 feet. That's a loss of 5 inches for Middletown. The first free throw is missed by Greenwood. Her second, after 3 or 4 spins, is up and good. So Brunswick is on the board. They're down 5-1, 2 minutes into this first quarter.
Good looking foul shot there by Madison to get the Railroaders on the board.
Jenkins in the front court, net by the defender, top of the key, bumps off the pick. Matching up on her off the screen is Nina. Back out on Jenkins, who resets by the volleyball line, maybe 2 feet inside the timeline. Now 10 seconds left to shoot. High right to the star freshman Larson.
Nice
Larson bounces to the right block. Easy 2 for Burgess. She's off the bench and on the board. 7-1. Middletown, 6-point early lead. 5:30 left first quarter. Pass down to the left side. Open lane for Roberts. She tosses up left hand. Missed it off the back tin. Rebound fought for. Tapped. Rolls to the baseline and scooped up by Middletown. It's Adrienne Jans van Remsburg, the 5'9" senior, calling her name for the first time. And now Jenkins in the front court. Out to Burgess from 15 feet. Bounces right side. Larson gets the defender in the air. Drives baseline right and lays it in. 5-0 run for Middletown. It sparks a timeout from Coach Sam Connolly. 9-1. Middletown leading Brunswick with 5:07 left in the first quarter.
Coach Connolly takes the first of his full timeouts. And I believe it's going to be a little coaching session to remind them on how to break this odd front zone press. We get to take a break.
We'll break 2 on Cool Oldies 1450.
Country Kitchen. Home cooking in a down-home atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thurmont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thurmont Country Kitchen. Let owners Rob and Sherry cook you a meal you won't soon forget. Thurmont Country Kitchen. We put the K in country because that's our style.
5:07 left to go in the first quarter. Early 9-1 lead for Middletown, who's 6-4, trying to come back after that tough loss the other day to Governor Thomas Johnson. There are 5 minutes left to go. Ball worked around the three-point line. Trapped on the far side is Nanya. Her first game since December, coming off a sprained knee. Bounced it down the left baseline, knocked out of bounds by Middletown. Brunswick keeps it, left of the hoop, 13 to shoot. In their road maroon uniforms, Emma Miller, the team's leading scorer, averaging 10 a game, gets it to Nanya, knocked away from her. Actually was knocked before it reached her and stolen by Middletown. On the other end, Abby Waggle already has 3 points. Resets, top of the key, Jenkins. Quick pass, left block to Van Rumsberg. Up and under, shot altered. Defensive rebound, Nanya. Then she's whistled for steps underneath the hoop. And a fresh 30 give it up for the Knights.
Good defense to stop that layup attempt there by the Railroaders.
4:36 left first quarter. 9-1 Middletown leading Brunswick. Open right wing 3. Waggle popped in and out. Offensive rebound front side. Blocked by Greenwood on the putback. Greenwood erases the putback, and now Brunswick takes it in the front court. Top of the key, it goes to Miller. Miller weaves between traffic. Left wing 3 from Bell is rattled in. Juliet Bell gains the triple. A key guard off the bench for Coach Connolly. Makes it 9-4.
That's the way you break the press. Pass that ball, move it quickly, hit the open spot, and hit a long jumper.
Knights up by 5. Ball center, paint to Van Remsburg. Puts it on the deck, beats the defender. Bounce pass baseline right, Larson. Draws the double team. And her right heel was on the baseline, turned it over. See if Brunswick can start a run, knocking down the 3. Their first field goal, forcing the turnover with 3:56 left first quarter, down 9-4. A near line change, 4 subs coming in for the Knights.
Say when you get a chance, you might want to do both teams. We've had a lot of substitutions, Brian.
Looks like 4 coming in. We'll start with Middletown as Emily Kickbaum is in at the top of the key on the defense. She's going to play for Oklahoma next year. As Grace Gainley is also in, number 2. Number 5, Emma Waggle is in. Left wing 3 from Bell, trying to hit a second, missed it long. Weak side rebound, Greenwood, her putback is short. Ball tipped, center paint, Ninia's shot draws air. Saved, though, by Brunswick, and they reset on the offense as Miller, their leading scorer, star sophomore, over to Ninia, high right side, cross-court left wing 3. Bell tries again, this time it's long, and a weak side rebound for Middletown. That's Grace Gainley, who's also on the floor. I think we're getting close to naming all 5. As Emma Waggle's on the right side, we did call her name. Underneath is Emmy Kickbaum. Ball instead goes top of the key, knocked away. Becca Burgess picks it up. She has 2 points off the bench. Hands through her teammate Gainley. Pulls up from her open 15-footer straight on. Missed it. Weak side rebound far side by Genevieve Chase. There's the last name. As Chase grabs it, has it highlights left side. 20 on the shot clock. 2:45 left in the first quarter. Long possession for Middletown, leading by 5. Top of the key, Gainley. Pass left, just outside the paint, Kickbaum. Her pull-up jumper's no good. Weak side rebound and put back, rolled in by Burgess. I would say that possession was a good 45 seconds long there, Coach.
Yeah, offensive rebound in high school, when it hits the rim, it resets all the way to 30, so you can really work it deliberately.
2:20 left, first quarter. Left wing 3 launched up by Miller. She banked it in. It's open. At what is it? 7:24 p.m. 2 threes for Brunswick, and it's a 4-point game approaching the 2-minute mark first quarter. Middletown outplaying Brunswick, but they're hanging in there because of a couple threes, and then the steal turned over. Greenwood picked it off. Undersized and underplayed, but only down by 4. Miller against a 2-3 zone. Nania back to Miller, eyes the rim, drives left. Baseline left to Bell. Her dangerous cross-court pass is picked off by Gainley. Gainley guarded by Nania. Nania knocked it away but stepped on the sideline. Belongs to Middletown.
Ever since Coach Connolly's timeout, a little bit of skip in the step of the Railroaders, make a couple shots, things go a lot easier and you play a lot quicker.
Susan Banstibner is in for the first time, wearing number 12, the 5'4 sophomore guard, smallest player on the floor. Brunswick down 11-7, 90 seconds left. Middletown with the basketball, working left to right in their home whites, trapped on the far side of the court, losing it but knocked out of bounds off the hands of a Brunswick player. Chase had it, knocked out of her hands. Middletown inbounds. Grace Gainley looking between the rings to Waggle. Waggle back to Gainley. Holds out her hand, guarded tightly at the top of the key by the defender Miller. And now high right it goes to Waggle. Waggle 2 dribbles, straight on Gainley. 2 to shoot. Free throw line jumper from Burgess. Couldn't bank it in. Grabbed her own rebound. Put back is missed. Weak side board Chase, and she lays it in from the left block.
That is so defeating. Great possession there by the Brunswick defense. Forced a last-second shot, but then they give up the offensive rebound. Put back for the Middletown Knights.
Brunswick down by 6, under a minute left first quarter. Miller lines up a 3 and her second as she skips back to the timeline in her pink shoes, drilled the triple to make it 13-10. So 6 points for Miller. She has range. About 15 seconds difference. Shot clock in game clock. Top of the key. Burgess eyes the rim. Pass down low. Right block to Chase. Chase goes back out to the top. Dangerous pass stolen. On the left side, Tatum Smith had a fast break, pulled it back. Ball chucked up in the air by Sinai Huggins, who just checked in. And on the rebound, a jump ball. Couple subs coming in for Brunswick to close out the quarter. Douglas returns. Both are starters, I believe.
And number 14, Madison Ciccarelli. I think it's her first appearance.
It is. So Ciccarelli and Douglas in. 15 seconds left. Shot clock turned off. Bounce to the high right. Burgess, who has 2 points, tries to drive with the left hand. Miller stuck her 2 hands in and forced a jump ball. It belongs to Brunswick with 8.3 left in the first quarter.
See if Middletown steps up and forces Emmy Miller to pass the basketball.
Brunswick down 13-10, 8 seconds left in the quarter. Miller's got 6. She does have to move at the timeline with 5. Lobs over the defender. Grabbed by Bell. Tosses it up at the buzzer and missed it long to end the quarter. Middletown controls it for the most part, but it's only a 3-point game. 3 threes from Brunswick has them down 13-10 after 1 on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Hawkins Landscaping, locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 301-898-3615. That's 301-898-3615. Hawkins Landscaping. When you deserve the best, get the best.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
We start the second quarter. Middletown leading just by 3. The underdogs, Brunswick, hanging in there. The starters are back out for Middletown. Kick to Waggle in the corner where she hit it 3 in the first quarter. This time it's stolen by Miller. She lost it in the backcourt, rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Middletown as Tatum Smith put her hand in. It was
One thing to watch, Ryan, is Middletown's back to their starting 5, including Alexis Parker, who picked up those 2 quick personal fouls in the first quarter.
There is Parker, or rather Miller in the front court. Guarded by Parker. Bounce pass over to Susan Vandenberg. And with 14 seconds on the shot clock, Middletown, rather Brunswick, having a hard time getting across the timeline. A timeout taken. So 30 seconds into the first quarter, it's 13-10. Pardon me, the second quarter, 13-10 Middletown, only up by 3. Brunswick hanging in there despite being the underdogs with a handful of injuries.
Yes, and it's amazing what the three-point shot can do for you. Brunswick dropped in 3 in that first quarter, keep them close. They just got to find a way to beat this length of this three-quarter court 1-2-2 zone, and freshman Avery Larson at the point of the zone really, if you try to dribble the basketball, she's going to be on top of you. So they need to find the passing lanes and get the ball through the lanes, not over these longer Middletown Knight players.
Vandenberg, there is the pass, but it's stolen by Middletown. It was a dangerous pass to the far corner. Middletown steals it in their backcourt. Talia Jenkins scored her 1,000th point in her career to start the game. 5 seconds into it. Into the front court. About 2 feet in front of her is Bell. Appears to be maybe a man-to-man. Yes, it is. Top of the key pass to Waggle. Waggle eyes the defender. It's Vandenberg in front of her. Skip left side. Driving down the baseline, Parker. Parker over the defender and drops it in for her first 2. Parker averaging 13 a game is on the board. It's 15-10. Middletown back up by 5. Again, the 1-2-2 full court press. Brunswick breaks it, but in trouble. Bounce pass left side. Somehow got past the defender to Juliet Bell. An attempted trap of the corner, and Miller, what a steady sophomore she is, already 2 threes, brings it out. Bell zips it down low, left block, Ciccarelli going up. She draws a foul, and Ciccarelli to the free throw line.
Van Rensburg picks up personal foul.
That's the first on Adrian Jans van Rensburg. We're watching Alexis Parker, the leading scorer for the Middletown Knights, has 2 fouls. And at the free throw line is Madison Ciccarelli, comes off the bench. She is recovering as she missed the first free throw. She had an ACL tear last season, took 13 months to recover, but it's great to see her on the floor. The junior for Brunswick has a pad over the left knee, a wrap over the left knee. I'm guessing that's where the ACL tear was. One more free throw coming, 6:34 left first half. Ciccarelli makes it, splits a pair. It's 15-11 Middletown up. Jenkins in the front court, pass high right. Larson puts it in the three-point stance. Now skips back left side, Parker. Parker high left wing, on top of her is the defender. She picks up her dribble. Roberts applies the pressure. Straight on it goes to Larson with 10 to shoot. Back out left to Parker. Parker launches a triple off the back rim. Offensive rebound for Larson. Back out to Jenkins, who drills the triple. Second chance opportunities, Coach Little. That's been the big difference for Middletown.
Indeed. Middletown taking advantage of that length, attacking the boards.
Here's a second chance for Roberts. Missed the layup, grabbed the rebound, put back no, but a foul. And Roberts to the free throw line. The second foul on Middletown.
That's Jenkins' first personal foul. Alexa Parker was in the area. I was wondering if that was going to be the foul, but no.
Zoe Roberts at the free throw line. Her team down 18-11. Middletown leading by 7 against Brunswick. 5:51 left. The shot hits the rim 3 times and bounces out. Couple subs coming in, 1 for each team. For Brunswick, we're seeing Madison Greenwood, who scored in the first quarter. She is in. And for Middletown, number 11, Becca Burgess, who also scored off the bench, returns. Second foul shot, around and through. Dropped in by
33,
Brunswick.
Ryan.
Yeah. Dropped in by Roberts. Thank you, Coach. 6-point lead for Middletown. Basketball in the front court on the right side, working left and right. Top of the key pass to Larson. Star freshman zips it down low to Parker, cutting to the right block, draws the double team, kicks out baseline right Jenkins. Back to Parker from 15, gets the defender in the air, draws the defender, and draws contact from the right block. Going to the free throw line is Parker for 2.
Good ball movement by the Middletown Knights there. Good interior passing. Ball fake and then attack the rim and draw the contact.
Parker, couple free throws coming. Great form, switches in the first to make it a 7-point game. Alexis Parker, 13 points, 8 rebounds, nearly a double-double a night player. Second rattled in, she has 4 in the quarter. Lead is back to 8 for Middletown. Up 20-12, matching their biggest advantage so far. 5:30 left first half. The 2-1-2-2 full court press giving Brunswick some problems. Still not across, and now they are to Roberts. High left to Bell, who has 1-3. Her cross court goes back near the timeline, scooped up by Bandipster, and she's fouled, trying to drive down the right sideline. Avery Larson with the bump at her first. Emma Miller, short stint on the bench, subs back in. Madison Ciccarelli comes out. Miller has 6 of the 12 points for Brunswick.
I'm watching Emma hold her right wrist and thumb.
She's open in the corner.
There it is.
Lines up the 3, missed it long. And you're right, she looked down at her right hand after missing it. On the fast break, straight down the middle. Larson, the Euro step, missed it short. Defensive rebound, Bell. Bell outlets to Miller. Miller, dangerous cross court to Bell, and it's intercepted by Abby Wagle. 2-on-2. Kick out top of the key Parker. Back to Wagle. Right wing 3, missed it. Weak side defensive rebound for Banstipper, and it's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Brunswick. Banstibner, the weak side board, smallest player on the floor, pulls it down.
Yeah. Keep an eye on Emma Miller. That's a big loss if she cannot go for Coach Connolly and the Railroaders.
Miller is talking to an official on the sideline who blows the whistle, and now Miller is walking to the sideline and asking for a replacement. Looks like she might be bleeding potentially. I'm not quite sure. She showed the official.
Yes.
Yeah. You see the benches motioning maybe for a wrap on her hand. We'll keep an eye if it's the right or left. As Bell inbounds, Banstipper into the front court, draws the trap of the timeline, and a travel call. That's where having Miller out there is so valuable, just handling the point.
Yep.
20-12, Middletown trying to create separation with 4:30 left first quarter. The Knights, the 2-18, they're the favorite. Against Brunswick, who's battled a lot of injuries. A couple players starting to get healthy. Ball knocked away underneath, and it's out of bounds. And it's off of Alexis Parker. As she holds her nose, ball may have hit her face and went out of bounds.
Yeah, Brunswick defended that play very well. Alexa was trying to set up in the post, and as soon as the ball was entered, Brunswick doubled down.
Banstipper got it in the front court, a little bit overeager, tried to find her teammate Roberts in the post and overthrew her out of bounds. What do you tell Banstipper there? Got the ball across the timeline, but maybe too much.
Well, it's hard to throw that pass over the top. You really need a diagonal to the middle quicker.
Brunswick putting the pressure, double team on the right block to Jenkins, and a foul from behind, just the second on Brunswick in this second quarter. It's on Susanna Banstipper. Jenkins inbounding, left of the hoop at a fresh 30, 3:51 left, up 20-12. Middletown, 6 and 4, 3 and 7 Brunswick. To the post it goes. Underneath to Alexis Parker, spins away from the double team and lays it in from the left block.
Yeah, with their left hand. Nice post move.
First time either team's led by double figures. Middletown leading 22-12. Foul in the backcourt as Banstipper tried to tightrope the sideline. And a sub coming in for Middletown as Emma Wagle returns. She comes in for Abby Wagle. So Emma in for her sister Abby. Middletown up by 10, top of the key to Bell. Bell tries to go high-low and threw it away. Without Miller, Brunswick out of sorts offensively.
Well, and Coach Connolly might have seen the same thing I did, and if he wants to attack this, you got to start when you attack a zone like this at the high post. Got to find somebody at the foul line. Even if they don't receive the pass, they occupy the defenders so you can work it around and then hit the low post. To throw it over these 6-footers, it's not going to work out for the Railroaders too well.
That might be part of the problem for the Railroaders. Middletown just a bigger team. Essentially three players in that starting lineup who are 6 foot. They're out on the floor right now. Tough to find that middle spot, but you're right, that's where it has to go.
Yeah, and it's tough for Brunswick to simulate that unless the coaches get out there on the floor. Because as you said, there's nobody over 5'9" listed on the entire Railroader roster.
Middletown out of the timeout leading 22-12, 3:24 left. All Frederick County matchup here on a Tuesday night on Cool Oldies 1450, the Frederick County Sports Connection. Great to have you with us for some fun high school basketball. High-low, right block, layup miss, altered by Bell. Offensive rebound, then taken away by Brunswick, ripped away by Tatum Smith. Pushing into the front court, it's Bansteber. Knocked off her right leg. She retreats to the timeline, picks it up, then deflected again. Cross-court pass, stolen by Gainley. Gainley up ahead to the freshman Larson. Down the right side, lays it in, and a foul from behind. And one opportunity coming up for Avery Larson.
Good defense leads to easy offense. Avery Larson finishes through the contact.
Emma Miller coming back in with her right wrist wrapped up. It looked like that's where maybe a small cut was. Got it wrapped up and coming back in. Her team now trailing by 12. They were down by 8 when she left. Free throw missed. Offensive rebound pried away by Parker. She tries to put it back up and draws contact. The height really starting to come into play right now for Middletown.
They're going to call that foul on the floor.
Okay.
Before Alexa started to put it up.
Maybe a break for Brunswick as Adrian Jens Van Rungsberg returns for Middletown. To the right of the basket, Grace Gainley to inbound. Her teammates in a box formation, double pick. Ball goes out high right to Waggle. Emma Waggle, cross court to Larson. Larson beats the defender from the left blocker, runner around and out. Grabbed her own rebound, kicked it back out to Emma Waggle, who resets. Fresh 30, 2:40 left first half. Her team up by 12. High right Larson bounces out to the right baseline. Bounce pass to Waggle, who dribbles back to the corner. Must be a magnet there for Middletown to keep going to that right corner. Gainley. Now high left to Burgess with 10 to shoot. Picks up the dribble. Defender right on her. High right to Van Rumsberg. Her running shot is no good. May have been deflected. Brunswick the rebound, and they foul in the backcourt. Nope, just out of bounds. Is it?
Held ball.
Held ball. There we go. Held ball. Brunswick keeps it. Say both teams have 4 fouls, so free throws for the rest of the way with 2:15 remaining first half. Emma Miller with a couple of 3-pointers in the backcourt. Lobs it over the top to Bell against the 1-2-2. Now back to Miller. Fakes a 3. Drives. Runs it in the paint. Bounced out. Offensive rebound. Brunswick put back no, but a foul as Roberts was pushed, and she earns a trip to the foul line.
Becca Burgess picks up the foul. Her first. That was a good possession there by Brunswick. They attacked the press well, attacked the rim on the first shot, and then an offensive rebound earns the foul.
Feels like when you're facing that 1-2-2, if you can get the shot up quickly, as the free throw is banged in by Roberts. Talia Jenkins, one of the top scorers returning from Middletown. If you can get that ball and that shot up, you're going to have players in position for the offensive rebound.
That's right. If you attack from the baseline and the foul line, you can't outnumber them. What they're trying to do is that point of the zone, well, as the ball moves down, goes down to the basket. But like you said, if it's a quick shot, you can beat them to the rebound.
Second free throw missed by Roberts. She's 2 for 4 today. Nanaya, number 21, in for Brunswick, their top defender, coming off that sprained knee injury. She looked good in her first stint. The shot was missed by Middletown. Brunswick down by 11, a chance to get it into single digits before halftime. 1:40 left. Nice pass to a cutting Roberts. Roberts draws a double team on the left block and is tied up. Ball to Middletown. Not a bad possession. Roberts got caught underneath.
Up, Burgess with a nice defensive play. Calls that held ball.
Jenkins across the timeline, so steady with the basketball, met at midcourt by Greenwood. Passes high left, Gainley. Gainley holds it over her head. In the game is Bansteberg guarding her. Now back to the right to Waggle. Waggle feeds the post, turning, tossing it up as Jenkins, and banking it in for the second time today. Jenkins has 4 points.
Again, just taking advantage of that height, pounding that ball inside to your 6-footers.
1,002 career points for Jenkins. She steals in the backcourt, dumps it off to a cutting Gainley, who missed the layup. Center paint, and Naya grabs the rebound. Miller met by Jenkins in the front court. Love's left block over the head of Taven Smith. Another turnover on the fast break for Brunswick.
Coach Conley trying to set him up in some type of pressure defense.
Middletown leading by 13, 26-13 left, 45 seconds remaining until the end of the first half. 26-13 the lead, I should say. Jenkins, top of the key, guarded tightly by Greenwood, all over her as Jenkins went right then left. No room to go. High right to Waggle, beats the defender. Baseline right, passes to the middle, knocked away by Greenwood, who came to help out underneath. 10 seconds left to shoot for Middletown.
That was great defensive rotation backside to help Greenwood come down from the wing to the post to tip that pass away.
Jenkins to inbound. Out to Waggle, high left. Naya meets her. Straight on it goes to Gainley. Defender Miller in front of her with 5 seconds to shoot. High on Jenkins. Defender in her face. Jenkins off the pick, fading from the baseline left. Clips off the top of the bankboard. It leads to a shot clock violation. What a defensive possession there for Brunswick.
20 seconds, see if Brunswick can take advantage of that, build a little momentum here before halftime. Oh.
Down by 13 to Naya in the front court to the left block. Bobbled underneath by Douglas, picked up by her teammate Greenwood. She's tied up. It's a jump ball, stays with Brunswick. Just under 10 seconds left in the first half. Railroaders have it right of their hoop. Underneath to throw in Bell. Hit a 3 in the first quarter. Miller flashes to the left side. Instead, it goes underneath to Naya. It's taken away from her. Actually, it was Greenwood. Up ahead it goes with a few seconds left. Kitchum had it. Then stolen by Brunswick. Heave at the buzzer from half court is short by Greenwood. And the first half, after 2 or 3 changes of possession in the final 15 seconds, comes to a close. Middletown creating some separation, especially when Emma Miller came off the floor.
Yep, and cut down on the three-point shooting, got a little more aggressive on the defensive end, held the Railroaders to 3 points that quarter.
Middletown leading Brunswick 26-13 at the half. We'll break with them on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Your place in the digital space. Looking for marketing, search optimization, and website design? Symbiotic Marketing is where we here at WTHU go for all of our digital and social media needs. Is your website getting tired and out of date? Are you trying to figure out how to reach more people online? Do you need help with Facebook, X, Instagram, social media, and marketing? Symbiotic Marketing helped us put together our latest endeavor. Stephanie designed our site. She explained it in a simple and easy to understand way and helped us launch our new online presence seamlessly with little effort. Symbiotic Marketing has helped many other businesses like yours too. Let Megan from Launch UX tell you in her own words.
Thanks to Symbiotic Marketing, our staff gained a deeper understanding of effective online promotion. We developed the skills thanks to Stephanie's coaching to implement our own advanced digital strategies.
If you need help with your online presence, go to getsmart.co. That's GetSmart.co. Leave off the com in com for this one. Once again, that's GetSmart.co. Or call us at 717-372-7717. That's 717-372-7717. Symbiotic Marketing will help you find your place in the digital space.
I perform for our high school choir director, who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
This message presented by the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
At Amber Hill Therapy Centers, our goal is to provide you with a customized treatment plan using advanced physical therapy and occupational therapy methods and technology. With offices conveniently located in Thurmont and throughout Frederick County, Amber Hill Therapy Centers specializes in sports injuries and sports rehab, back pain, post-surgical rehab, and more. We accept all major insurance plans. Amber Hill Therapy Centers treats patients of all ages who receive care from our highly skilled therapists and staff. For more information on Amber Hill Therapy Centers, check out our website at amberhillpt.com. Amber Hill Therapy Centers, where the patients come first.
Amber Hill Therapy Center is a proud sponsor of Frederick County High School athletics on the radio.
How can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning. They're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades. They're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Here's the Cool Oldies 1450 AM forecast. For tonight, mostly cloudy, low 40. Wednesday stays cloudy with rain developing later, high 50. Wednesday night, rain likely early, otherwise a few snowflakes late. Mostly cloudy and breezy at times with gusts up to 30 miles per hour, low 24. Partly sunny Thursday with a high of 30. Mostly sunny Friday, high 34. And a brighter Saturday with a high of 42. From the Cool Oldies 1450 AM Weather Center, I'm Jackson Stevens.
Fox News, I'm Sue Guzman. The Supreme Court set to hear arguments in cases involving trans athletes today. Fox's David Spahn.
The stakes high for millions of female athletes across the country. Tomorrow morning, these 9 justices will hear 2 cases about 2 state laws that ban transgender participation in school sports.
A ruling is expected in June. President Trump tightening the screws on Iran as anti-government protests continue. He says any country doing business with Iran will face a 25% tariff. Exiled Iranian Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi tells Fox's Hannity that the government is on the verge of a collapse.
This is the beginning of the end of the regime that is hoping to buy some time. They know they're on their way down. The decisive blow can be the game changer and the knockout punch to this regime.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's your local news for the Cool Oldies 1450 listening area. The largest trout hatchery in Maryland, the Albert Powell Trout Hatchery, located just off Route 70 south of Smithsburg and east of Hagerstown, will get a $14 million. The hatchery opened in 1949 and stocks area ponds and lakes with rainbow and golden trout every year. The trout fishing recreational industry is a $27 million industry that attracts anglers from all over the mid-Atlantic. The improvements will include a larger hatch house and better security features. Officials hope to improve hatchlings from current levels at 28,000 fingerlings to 120,000 fingerlings by 2029 after the construction has been completed. In other news, bridge repairs began on Tuesday on the Emmitsburg Road Bridge, running over the southbound lanes of Interstate Route 15. The bridge underwent repairs last year as a part of defects discovered during an inspection in 2024. Keep it tuned right here for late-breaking news weather and traffic on Cool Oldies, 1450 THU.
Good afternoon. This is Julio Flores. The Texans beat down the Steelers 30-6 on Monday Night Football from Pittsburgh and advanced to the divisional round of the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. Houston will stay on the road to play New England. The Bills also are traveling for their 2nd matchup in a row after taking down the Jaguars on Sunday and will square off against the Broncos in Denver. On the NFC side, the 49ers knocked off the defending champion Eagles and will be battling the Seahawks in Seattle. The Rams and Bears clash from Chicago after both teams secured comeback wins against the Panthers and Packers back on Saturday. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford will be dealing with an injury heading into the NFC divisional round. The Los Angeles signal caller has a sprained index finger on his throwing hand, but will be ready to play in Saturday's matchup with the Chicago Bears. The 37-year-old sustained the injury during the first half of the team's win over the Carolina Panthers on Wild Card Weekend. And that's sports. I'm Lou Flores on the Maryland News Network.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot. Mom, can I get a tarantula? No. Coffee? No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation. Can I use the free phone? Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more? Absolutely. Face tattoo? Absolutely not. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
We hope you're enjoying the game. Let's hear a special message from another one of our fantastic sponsors.
Center of Life Chiropractic has moved. That's right. Dr. John and his team have moved out behind his old office to the new office on 103 Park Avenue in Thurmont. You can still park in the back lot and walk across Park Avenue to his office. Center of Life Chiropractic is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. To check out their schedule, go to centeroflife.us. Once again, that's centeroflife.us. Back pain, neck pain, rehab, and more. Dr. John is the best there is. Stop by Center of Life Chiropractic and get an adjustment to your life today.
Love going on a cruise, or have you always dreamt on going on the cruise vacation of your life? With dozens of cruise companies, who do you call to find the right vacation and deal for you? Now you can make one phone call and shop all the best deals on every single cruise line in the world. You can't get that by calling one cruise line. We have them all, with experts that know the ins and outs of every cruise ship and can tell you the best cruise for your vacation needs. Our cruise packages start at $149. Plus, we offer free internet, free guest packages, and cash back deals. So now is your chance to book the cruise of your lifetime. Call the cruise hotline right now and shop every single cruise line in the world. Here's the number. 800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. 800-514-9170. That's 800-514-9170.
We're getting set for the second half here on Cool Oldies 1450, the Frederick County Sports Connection. The Middletown girls taking on the Brunswick Railroaders. Middletown Knights 6-4, Brunswick 3-7. Great to have you with us on this approaching mid-January evening with Coach Rick Little and Brian Pierce. Coach, some adjustments need to be made for Brunswick at halftime. What are you hoping they are?
Just more diet on the passing, find the high post to start your offense. That's got to be the trigger against this much taller Middletown Knight team in their 1-2-2 zone that they're running.
Middletown has the ball. Start the second half working right to left in their home white uniforms, leading by 13. Shot clock at 10. In the paint is Parker. Kicks out left wing. 3 from Jenkins. Misfires. Weak side offensive rebound. Larson, 6-foot wing, had the height advantage on the 5'7" Bell. Shot never hit the rim, though, and it's a shot clock violation.
Yep. Good defensive possession there by Brunswick. The long shot by Middletown did not hit the rim, therefore no reset.
1-2-2 full court press gave Brunswick problems in the first half.
There it is.
And once again, they bring it out here. That time, Greenwald's able to break it. Passes high left to Roberts. Now Roberts can reset to the top. Down low to Greenwood. Kick out top of the key. Miller gets the defender in the air. Puts on her left hand. Tries a drive. Knocked away. Stolen by Middletown. And they reset 1 minute into this third quarter. You tell Miller not happy with herself after that turnover, had 6 points in the first half. Playing with her left wrist wrap, Stolt knocked it away, and it's stolen by Brunswick, taken by Greenwood. Back-to-back turnovers forced by Brunswick, down by 13. Cross-court pass deflected and out of bounds by Larson on the far side of the court. Got to be thrown in by Bell.
I mean, all things considered, if you're Coach Conley, you got to be somewhat satisfied with the defensive effort your young ladies are putting out there tonight. They just need to find a way to put the ball in the basket, get better shot opportunities.
Middletown, 4 seniors on the floor, not a single one out there for Brunswick. 3 from the corner, rattled out from Bell. Weak side defensive rebound, Jenkins. In the front court, Middletown leading by 13. Jenkins high left. A little bit of space between her and the defender, Greenwood. Into the paint, up and under from Parker. Got it to go, plus the foul. Parker, a chance for the three-point play.
From last year, I would say Alexis had added the interior post moves a little bit. Last year, she was a little too content just to play outside with that long length that she has. 2 nice post moves tonight, and then the finish right there.
Knocking down the free throw with these, approaching double figures, averaging 13 per game. Lead is 16 with 6:15 left in the third quarter. Brunswick against the 1-2-2, again struggling. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ball through the fingertips of Greenwood, stolen by Jenkins. Underhand, left-handed pass into the front court to Larson. Now back to Jenkins, who resets with about 5 feet of space between her and Greenwood. High left to Larson. She lost it. Rather, that is Van Remsburg, taken away by Brunswick's Zoe Roberts, and a jump ball whistle. Brunswick, 3rd forced turnover to start the second half.
Yep, 1 made field goal by the Knights here in this quarter. We're almost 2.5 minutes in.
Against the zone, left wing 3, missed long. Naya did an offensive rebound, and she's tied up by Jenkins. Middletown takes it. At least you force the tie-up if you're Naya. 29-13, 5:39 left third. Brunswick full court press. Jenkins dribbles down the left side and went off her left knee out of bounds.
Brunswick with an aggressive trap there on the dribbler, and Middletown turns it over.
Brunswick to throw in on the near side. Larson, or pardon me, Smith over the top of the defense, straight on Miller. Skip back to Smith from the right wing. Her 3 is nothing but net. Zoe Roberts with the triple. 4 threes for Brunswick. It's 12 of their 16 points. Lead back to 13 for Middletown. With some pace, Jenkins beats the defender in the front court. Nice bounce pass. Left block finish from Larson.
Jenkins draws the defense and a nice dish through the lane. Avery Larson with the finish.
Knights apply pressure with the 2-2-1. Into the middle it goes to Greenwood. Skip to the right wing, Nanaya. She drives down the baseline.
Nice
meets the
pass.
double team. She feeds center paint. Heavy on the layup is Greenwood. Tap the ball. Defensive rebound, Middletown. Jenkins slows down the tempo across the timeline. Met by Greenwood. High right, it goes to Waggle. Feeds the post on the right block. Parker spins and scores. She's in double figures. Her team's up 33-16. The biggest lead so far for Middletown.
And I would say Coach Dan Pryor's point of emphasis at halftime was we're going to work the ball inside, take advantage of the length.
And it has worked. 5 new players coming in for Middletown. We'll get the numbers as we can for you. 1 new player in for Brunswick. It is number 2, Juliet Bell, their sharpshooter from the outside, returning against the 2-1-2, 2-3 really. From the right wing, Miller had space and rimmed it in. So the 3-point shot keeping Brunswick in it, still down by 14. Miller, her 3rd triple today with 9 to lead all Railroaders.
Nice skip pass there, got the back side of the zone. Miller finishes.
Gainley off the pick, passes back to Waggle on the right side. Waggle drives, kicks it back out to Gainley. Both just subbed in, 10 seconds to shoot. Gainley guarded like a glove by Greenwood. Greenwood a little bit too tight, reached across and fouled her.
Second team foul on the Railroaders. Middletown has yet to commit a foul here in the third quarter.
Middletown up by 14 halfway through the third. Into the post it goes. Striving, drawing contact is Becca Burgess. 3 fouls on Brunswick, 2 on this possession. And Burgess was going up for the shot. She earns a pair of free throws.
Zoe Roberts looked at the referee like, I took the ball away from her.
I think his explanation was, well, you got her across the wrist first. Foul shot short from Burgess. Not quite enough muscle on the free throw. One more coming. 14-point lead for Middletown. They're 6-4, coming off a tough loss to Governor Thomas Johnson after leading. TJ came back and won by 4. Second foul shot good. 34-19, lead back to 15. Again, the 2-2-1 has given Brunswick problems tonight. Pass to the corner, look from the corner. A little bit too heavy on the shot. Offensive rebound and put back short from Roberts. Defensive board for Middletown. Wrestled away by Burgess. Across is Gainley, met at the timeline by Miller. Miller, 2 hands, no foul. Bounce pass to the right, Waggle. Waggle tries to drive the baseline and kicks back out high left. Weaving her arms around is Burgess. Skip pass to the left side. Chase with 10 to shoot. Knocked away. Rolls past the sideline. Out of bounds. Stays with Middletown with 10 seconds on the shot clock. As Susan Banstibner checks in for Brunswick and Juliet Bell comes out. Banstibner, the 5'4" point guard. 2 point guards on the floor now for Brunswick. Cross court, tied up. Ball belongs to the Railroaders.
Again, solid defense by the Railroaders. We're 3 minutes left to play here in the quarter. Middletown only at 34 points.
Brunswick, I believe 5 turnovers forced, down by 15 offensively. That's been the issue. 5 3-pointers, and that's pretty much been it. On to the right, pull up from 15. That's left short. Smith actually took it to the rim. Defensive rebound, Gainley. Middletown to the front court. Gainley tightly guarded by Miller, playing with a foul. Miller reaches and is whistled. Now 4 more players about to come back in for Middletown, including Alexis Parker, Talia Jenkins, and Avery Larson. The starters return.
For Brunswick, number 11, Hattie Sullenberger, and 24, Michaela Douglas return.
Douglas tight on Larson, high left. Larson puts her back to Douglas, almost lost it. Able to find the safety valve in Jenkins. Jenkins standing dribble with the left hand. Calls for a teammate to come out with the right hand. That's Parker. Parker drives, draws the double. Left wing 3 launched by Waggle. Missed it short. Offensive rebound. Burgess knocked away from her, out of bounds. Stays with Middletown with 9 left to shoot. Up by 15 the Knights, 2:30 left, third quarter. Comfortable lead they've led for the entire game since an early 2 from Talia Jenkins. Bounce underneath, player got free and a foul.
Well executed baseline out of bounds play there. Brunswick commits the foul. Burgess back to the foul line.
Burgess past the defender. Brunswick foul from behind, so Burgess a couple free throws coming. 5 fouls on Brunswick, none on Middletown. They were pretty even in terms of fouls in the first half. As Middletown trying to fend off Brunswick, they extend the lead to 16 on the made free throw by the 5'7" junior Burgess. The second one coming for Burgess in her home whites. An enthusiastic crowd tonight. It's the second free throw made. Kids are out having a shooting competition at halftime. 36-19, 2:30 left in the third. Middletown creating some serious separation. Over the top pass against a 2-2-1 is stolen on the backside by Burgess for Middletown. Into the front court, Jenkins, who pulls it back against the man-to-man defense from Brunswick, just inside the volleyball line. High left pass to Larson. Larson off the pick from Jenkins. No one picked her up. Did it matter? She skips it left to Parker. Parker back to Jenkins in the left block. Missed the layup. Got it back and put it in as she swatted off the defending player Banstibner on her left side.
Just too big and strong inside when they drop those tall Middletown Knights to the block.
The lead is the 19 for Middletown, under 2 minutes left, third quarter. Ball tied up on the far side. Possession arrow points Middletown's way. That size is tough, and you really see it play out on the offensive glass. Middletown just controlling the rebounding game.
So Brunswick full court pressure right now.
One-handed pass to the timeline to Larson. Larson
out of bounds.
With Douglas on her right hip, stepped on the sideline. So the full court press works for Brunswick. Maybe that's a key going forward. They've been doubled up though, down by 19. Plenty of work to do.
Yeah, somehow they need to get the ball into the net.
Yeah. Good defensive quarter for Brunswick. Just the offense has been a struggle. Case in point, cross-court pass stolen by Larson. Retreating to grab it in the backcourt is Parker. She's quickly across the timeline, forces the contact as Tatum Smith wasn't in position down the left side, put out two hands and bumped Parker, who was coming by.
And that puts Middletown on the line.
Should. That's over 5 fouls in the quarter. Yeah, and the official realizes it. He points and holds up two fingers.
The official score for Middletown alertly.
Alexis Parker back to the free throw line, approaching her season average of 13 points. You mentioned it earlier, Coach, as Parker comfortably switches in the first free throw. Her post play looks better than it has in the past.
Yep, looks like point of emphasis. I mean, her first basket was from the perimeter and a quick first step, but once she's inside, especially tonight against this Railroader team, that 6-foot frame, so hard to stop.
The second rimmed out, Nene grabbed the defensive rebound but was tied up immediately. So ball back to Middletown, up by 20, 89 seconds left, third quarter. Inbounding is Gainley, holding it over her head. In front of her was Sanae Huggins, who was subbed in. Was able to find her teammate, I believe, Burgess underneath.
I think it was 23.
Oh, it was, okay. Emily Kickbaum, her first points today. Then a travel on the other end, whistled on Brunswick, so they turn it over back to Middletown. Kickbaum's an impressive athlete. She'll play for Oklahoma's soccer team next year, a goalkeeper. Wow. University of Oklahoma, that's a big-time program to compete for.
Yep. Coach Pryor shared with us that he has a few other scholarship players on the team, not basketball players. We have, let me see, in my notes, Casey Phillips, who's out all year with an injury, is going to Bryant to play lacrosse. You mentioned Emily going to Oklahoma, and then Jans Van Rensburg is going to Shepherd as a softball player.
Avery Larson misfiring on the free throw, one more coming after she was fouled driving the hoop. What a great senior class for Middletown. The boys, the girls, both have very talented groups, really all around.
Yeah, for a 2A, they got a good group going through on the boys' side and, as you said, the girls' side.
Larson, a freshman, made the second. Lead is up to 23. Getting close to being insurmountable, and it might already be, even with a great fourth quarter for Brunswick. As Banstimner into the front court, Miller on the bench taking a breather. Smith cross court, throws it over everybody. I think if you're Smith there, Coach, you just want to see her fire. Has a little bit of space, not the best shot, but she had room instead of taking a dangerous cross court pass.
Right.
Breaking the pressure is Kickbaum. She's got an open lane down the right side. Instead, tries to bounce to a cutting Burgess on the left and turned it over.
Sometimes you just got to be a little selfish. Keep that ball. Do that layup attempt, let your partner, if you miss, be there for the offensive rebound. There just was not a passing lane there.
Kickbaum's so used to being a great teammate. She's a goalkeeper, and they often defer to their teammates. That time it's stolen by Middletown. Van Rumsburg stepped in front of the passing lane. Quickly on the other end is Kickbaum. Back to the top of the key to Gainley. Launches a three, missed it short. Weak side offensive rebound. Burgess from Middletown, and tied up. Possession arrow points Brunswick's way with 23 seconds left in the third quarter.
So that hand injury of Emmy Miller must be really bothering her, sitting on the bench again. And as the top offensive weapon of the Railroaders, that really hurts them.
15 seconds left. Railroaders can hold for the final shot. Ooh. Smith takes it, drives, got it to go, plus the foul. Hard contact on the right block with Burgess. Becca trying to draw the... Looks like Becca was trying to draw the offensive foul there, Coach. Bang play.
All right, so the hand signals from the referee weren't quite accurate. It was a made basket and a blocking foul. So Brunswick to complete the three-point play.
Smith cannot, missed it long. Ramsberger the rebound, quickly out ahead, 5 seconds to shoot. Down the sideline, Waggle travel. 4.3.
She knew she was running low on time, took an extra step before she put the ball on the floor.
Frustrated with herself after the steps, 4 seconds left to shoot. Quick inbounds pass to Banstibner. Up ahead she goes to Smith. Smith has to heave it up at the buzzer, banked it, and no good. Off the bankboard, off the rim, and on the floor. Controlling quarter for Middletown. We have played 3. The Knights lead Brunswick 42-21 on Cool Oldies 1450.
Recent diner summed it up perfectly.
This place is so good, the words are hard to find. It's a wonderful small-town diner with awesome food and great service.
Thurmont Country Kitchen is located on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Open weekdays 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Remember when Grandma used to say, if you're looking for a great restaurant, follow the locals. And that's exactly what you'll find at Thurmont Country Kitchen. A wonderful mixture of out-of-town guests, travelers up and down Route 15, and the locals who love Country Kitchen's award-winning roasted chicken. Homemade cooking at its finest, with lots of sweets and goodies at the counter to go. Country Kitchen is a great place for birthday parties, meetings, or just to take the family when you're out and about. Their huge menu has something for everybody.
Knights in control, leading 42-21. We start the fourth quarter from Middletown. Brunswick and Middletown on Cool Oldies 1450. Controlling quarter for the Knights. They start the fourth quarter with a 3 from the right wing. Waggle shot missed long. Weak side defensive rebound. Ciccarelli leads to a jump ball.
He's calling a travel against Middletown. Nope. Again, he corrected himself. Traveling against the Brunswick rebounder as she fell to the floor with the ball in her hands. Good to see Emma. Now they're saying, no, the referees are not on the same page. Not a jump ball, he called traveling. Emmy Miller back into the game, and I noticed she's removed the bandage.
That's good to see. Miller not has a bandage as a 3 is drilled from the right wing. Abby Waggle takes advantage of the turnover from Brunswick to extend the lead to 24. I think that's number 1 for Brunswick. You get your sophomore point guard back on the floor. On the high right side, Ninya, top of the key pass. 3 launched up. It's off the rim, but a foul. Goes against Middletown.
Brunswick.
I know,
just a little too aggressive on the offensive glass.
Foul on Brunswick. So ball goes back to Middletown. 7:24 remaining, fourth quarter. As the Knights are coasting on this Tuesday night. Been great to have you with us, though. Cool Oldies 1450. Some fun high school basketball on a Tuesday night. Straight on. Genevieve Chase in for Middletown, and it's stolen by Brunswick, taken by Greenwood. She passes to Miller, into the front court to Nene. Nene drives down the right side, draws the double team, nowhere to go, tosses it off the left ankle of Chase of Middletown, and it will stay with Brunswick.
As soon as she attacked that baseline, Middletown immediately to the trap, no place to go.
Miller calls for the outlet. Ball zips past the head of Jenkins. Miller tries to drive. She's met by Larson. Now Ninya. Ninya picks up her dribble, bounces to the paint. Stolen by Parker. Middletown slowly in the front court. Jenkins standing dribble high left. In front of her is Greenwood. Bounces cross court to Waggle. Waggle retreats, zips it into the post. Bouncer left elbow. Chase fires the shot. Whistled off. Travel call.
Middletown staying with that 1-2-2 zone. Avery Larson, the top of that zone, and I can see why Coach Pryor shared with us Avery has 25 steals on the season, 16 deflections. Both lead the team.
Jenkins knocked that one away. Waggle the steal. Quick pass to the right block. Larson lets the defender fly by and lays it in to make it a 26-point game. Timeout taken by Coach Connolly in Brunswick. Middletown is leading 47-21, 6:17 left in the fourth quarter. What's impressed you most about the Knights tonight, Coach?
As we talked about at the beginning of the game, they come in with a workmanlike attitude. They're the better team. First quarter, Brunswick hung around. Since then, steady distance between them. The Knights have held Brunswick after that first quarter, where Brunswick scored 10 points, only 3 points in the second quarter, 8 points in the third quarter. So the defense has really locked down. And then, I like the fact that they're not afraid to take the jump shot, but then when Coach asks them to go inside, they have the size and the discipline to go inside and work the post.
Well, we have a second on Friday night. We'll be back here on Cool Oldies 1450. Oakdale taking on Cadocton. The Oakdale team looks really, really good. That'll be a fun game. So we hope you tune in on this Friday evening. It'd be great to have you with us on this Tuesday evening. Middletown, they've been impressive so far this year. 6-4, on their way to 7-4, leading 47-21 with 6:17 left. As Brunswick throws it in. No points yet for Emma Miller in the second half. She had a couple threes in the first half. Fires from the right wing. Big rainbow three. Knocked it down. There's the triple from Miller. She has a wrap off her wrist and is canning three-pointers.
Her third quarter of the night. Very impressive.
Miller, just a sophomore. What a great young player for Coach Connolly. Comfortable handling the ball. Good-looking shot from the outside. Great combo. Waggle feeds the post. Weaving through and putting it in is Parker from the right block. Good, strong post move from Alexis Parker.
Yep. Abby Wagner did not give up on her, just kept entering to the post till Alexis had the position she wanted.
Chase swipes it away from the backside, puts on the floor. Up ahead, right baseline three, left short by Waggle. Offensive rebound and put back for Parker. 4 straight for her. She's above her season average of 13. And it's 51-24 Middletown, leading Brunswick, 5:15 left. Ninya to Miller. Another right wing three. This one's nothing but net.
Wow.
What a shooting night by the freshman or sophomore Emma Miller.
That was a good 3 feet behind the arc.
5 threes for Miller. Major bright spot. 15 of her team's 23. And then Brunswick steal on the other end. It's Miller. She tried to pass it to her teammate. Run down, trap now to Miller.
Got numbers.
And she has numbers. She looks ahead. That's where the pass goes. Good feed. Center paint. Ciccarelli drives. Lost control. Knocked out of bounds. Stays with Brunswick. And then a slew of subs. 5 new players coming in for Middletown with 4:40 left. That might be the group that finishes the game with 4:40 remaining. And a 24-point lead.
Coach Pryor has 10 players in uniform, and all 10 contributed tonight, played a lot of minutes.
Miller lines up another three. This one's a little bit left. Offensive rebound, a run down by Roberts after the right wing three miss. Miller takes another one. She's just launching. This one's long. She's earned the right to.
Yeah.
Weak side defensive rebound for Middletown. Miller 5 threes. Brunswick can shoot from the outside. It's getting into the post, getting easier shots. That's been the issue.
Yep. 7 made threes tonight against this 1-2-2 zone of the Middleton Knights. Like you said, their lack of size is really hard to play an inside game.
That's a big part of the story tonight as Burgess to the free throw line. Middletown has 3 players in their regular rotation, 5'11" or taller. They have 1, 2, 3. All 5 of their starters are 5'9". The tallest player in the starting lineup for Brunswick is 5'10". So just a size advantage, an experience advantage. 4 seniors in the starting 5 for Middletown. Not a single one for Brunswick, as the second free throw is nothing but net from Becca Burgess. That's led to the scoring output tonight. 52-47, Middletown up halfway through the fourth quarter. Top of the key, Roberts crosses over, back to Miller. Off the weave from Bansteber. Roberts high left, skip to Miller right wing. Bansteber straight on, 10 to shoot. Passing to the right. Schollenbarger in for the first time. Skips it across to Roberts.
Going up.
Out to Miller. Left wing 3. Rainbow shot a little bit heavy. And a weak side defensive rebound for Burgess. Burgess under pressure. Hands to Gainley, who brings it across the timeline. Center court on the orange M. Bounce, right wing Waggle, open 3, missed it short. Hustling for the rebound on the front side. Burgess tried to save it instead off the ankle of Roberts.
Heady play there by Becca, going out of bounds, bounced it off the Railroaders' leg, maintained possession with a fresh shot clock.
Michaela Douglas, who's played fewer minutes than we thought tonight, returns. Thought she would tonight, I should say. So is Sine Huggins. So Douglas, who's averaging 5 rebounds per game, checks back in. Top of the key pass to Kickbomb. Kickbomb feeds the left block. Skip back to the top to Gainley, who drives and bounces right. Waggle. Waggle underneath to Burgess. Up and under. No, and a travel as Burgess moved the pivot foot.
When you watch basketball on TV, that's not a travel.
I think
Just saying.
The highest levels take about 2 or 3 more steps than that. The cross to Miller. Sets it up to the top of the key. Schallenberger tried to drive, and she was whistled for steps. Good story of Schallenberger, though. She had a serious injury last year that tore her labrum. It kept her out last year. Then she sprained her ankle to start this year. So 2 bummer of injuries for Schallenberger, but back tonight getting some playing time.
Just hope the young lady can stay healthy and finish out this season.
Inside pass deflected from Kickbomb as she was trying to find Burgess. Knocked it out of bounds. Middletown keeps it, 21 to shoot, 2:53 left in the game. They're leading 52-27 against Brunswick. Bounce pass stolen by Douglas, sliding to the floor, able to keep it from the Middletown player. Somehow found Miller, who comes out of the pack with a basketball. Miller in the front court. High pass to Ninya underneath. She draws the foul. Rather, that is Huggins. And Huggins to the free throw line for a pair as she was fouled on the shot. Foul was on Van Rumsberg. Huggins to the free throw line. The senior missed the first. One more coming.
And that was a great find by Emily Miller to get that ball ahead of the defense of Middletown, earn themselves the foul.
Second foul shot, a little bit long from Huggins. Offensive rebound, Douglas. Resets to Miller. Miller, left-handed dribble, top of the key. Fans to Berger. High right pass. Schellenbar drives, pulls up from 10, missed it long. Another offensive rebound, Douglas. Now we're seeing why she averages 5 a game, but her pass out of the top was stolen. Into the front court is Kickbomb. Kickbomb, known for defense, great goalkeeper, will play for Oklahoma next year. That time she stole it on the basketball court. Underneath pass, contact drawn by Chase, and she's going to the free throw line. Pardon me, that is Van Rumsberg to the foul line.
Yep. Adria with a quick first step draws the foul.
Up by Van Rumsberg's foul shot, rainbow in, now up by 26. You think your coach, looking at this Middletown team, as Bell returns for Brunswick, is this a team you watch them tonight you think could have the potential for a run in the postseason? It's a second foul shot. What would it take to have a good run for this Middletown team?
I do believe in a little more production off the bench.
Sure.
I think that's what Coach Pryor's working on right now during the regular season by playing all these players this many minutes. He has a couple players that he's missing that would be great reserves, if not starters, for him. I don't know. I think a team with a little more athletic ability and size to match will give Middletown a little bit of trouble.
Middletown 2A, Brunswick 1A, 54-27. Middletown has doubled up on Brunswick. 7 3-pointers for the Railroaders tonight as a cross-court pass deflected by Waggle and it rolls past the far sideline. Reminder on Friday night, great matchup. Oakdale taking on Catoctin.
Yeah, and you talk about playoffs. Both those teams are used to deep playoff runs.
the girls' teams playing Friday.
Yes. Oakdale, Catoctin.
The Oakdale teams looked great. Top of the key three as the shot clock expired. Nothing but net. 8th triple tonight for Brunswick as it's drilled.
I think it was Bell, right? Her second? Yep.
Juliet Bell, her second three. Waited for her to turn around. Yeah, there's number 2 on Bell's jersey. Pass to Gainley at the top. Cross court, off the hands, out of bounds. Last touch by Van Rumsberg, and Brunswick takes over. Into the front court. Cross court it goes. Schellenberger a little bit long on the three. Weak side rebound Douglas. 15 to shoot. 48 left in the game. To try to go cross court. Intercepted by Waggle off the ankle of Douglas out of bounds. It'll belong to Middletown with 45 seconds left. Slowly across the timeline, Gainley. High right to Waggle, holds it over her head, back to Gainley, top of the key, three. May have had a foot on the line, hit the back rim, bounced high up in the air, and pulled down by Brunswick for the defensive rebound. Both shot and game clocks about even. Left wing three pushed up a little bit short from Bell. Rebound pinballs around. Offensive rebound by Brunswick and Huggins, and now they can hold for the final shot as a cross-court pass is stolen. And now Middletown will close out the game. A 54-30 win for Middletown. Never in doubt they led from the 5 seconds in on the 1,000th point by Talia Jenkins. A convincing win for the Middletown Knights. Jenkins and Parker, the two stars. Parker over her season average of 13. She looked real good both out and inside.
Yep, and again, that length, and I love that game plan by Coach Pryor in that 1-2-2 zone, using that length to his advantage. It's a great plan. You know, I don't think he's real deep to play at a high level, but those starting five are solid basketball players.
Middletown's going to be a problem for a lot of teams this year. They moved to 7-4 for Brunswick. Good shooting team. They had 8 3-pointers. The problem was getting the ball inside. Just not a lot of action underneath the three-point line.
Yeah, and very young team, a lot to build on. You know, when you're making shots, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Anything. Now, the fact that they only scored 30, and as you said, I think 24 of those came from behind the arc. They have to find a way, even against a zone defense like this, screen the zone, try to get a little action inside, because every night that three-point shot's not going to fall.
So coming up next for Middletown is Linganore. That's going to be a fun matchup. Thoughts on that matchup for them, Coach?
That'll be a good measure for how good Middletown really is. That's super team, and again, his Middletown's loss to Thomas Johnson probably exposed guard play because they were pressed. They were up 21, lost by 3 or 4 in the fourth quarter. So they need to find a way to answer that type of pressure. They're going to see that type of pressure by Linganore. When we watched Linganore play, they don't have anybody over 5'9" either.
Yeah.
So they just press the heck out of you, and they really attack you on the offensive end with the ability to score inside and out.
Before we go, Coach, I want to ask you about this one. Brunswick is going to take on Boonesboro. Coach Connolly coached at Boonesboro. What do you think will be going through his head as a coach yourself when he goes and takes on his own team?
And it's not like he just coached there a few years.
Yeah.
He was there, I'd say, and if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but nearly 20 years. You know, he had a couple of daughters go through the system, and he stayed there with them and beyond. So that's going to be probably pretty emotional for Sam, you know, initially. It's like a lot of people say they're nervous and then the game starts. You know, he's a coach. He might be a little emotional, and then the game starts, and he's rooting for one team, and that's the Railroaders now.
And Cool Oldies 1450 will have coverage on Friday night. Oakdale girls taking on the Catoctin girls. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. For Michael Betteridge, who does everything behind the scenes, camera, production, executive director, and producer, for Coach Rick Little, I'm Ryan Pierce. We appreciate you tuning in tonight here on Cool Oldies 1450 as Brunswick falls to Middletown at home. Middletown runs their record to 7-4. Brunswick drops theirs to 3-8.
Good night, all.
Don't worry, if you can't make it to the game or miss the broadcast, all of our high school sports games are archived and available online at WTHUradio.com in our audio